Hey, what's going on, everybody? As always, I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone's enjoying their day. For those who haven't tuned in, I know it's been a minute. Welcome to Rebuilding Community Trust. This YouTube channel is designed to empower those in the African American community, or those who listen to this channel. Anyway, it doesn't matter what race per se, but those who are empowered to listen. Hopefully, the issues discussed will able to help empower you to get involved, to make a difference in your communities. And for those who's been tuning in, those who have been subscribed, please continue to do so. I know I don't post a lot here like I used to, because I have now 2 other channels that I'm working on, but I try to at least do something on this channel to feed in and to hopefully help and empower those to get involved and make a difference in their communities. Please subscribe. Please continue to like the content, like, dislike, however you may go. Leave comments, suggestions, whatever. If you have topics you want to speak on, please leave those there. And I thank you for support, and continue to rock with RBC. It's going to be 3 years. I think it's already a 3-year mark has passed. So thank you for those who've been tuning in this long. I want to just do a small, quick video. I don't have any notes, content. We all talk about, on my other channel, we talk about freedom fighters, about how we deal with life, right? And I'm sure everyone has seen or heard or have at some point came across social media in the passing of Kevin Samuels. If those who don't know who Kevin Samuels is, he was a content creator, very well rising to stardom. He was getting known. He's popular for his content dealing with dating and relationships in that area. And he was very controversial person in regards to that. If you watch his content, you study his content, and you watch it or get something from it, however it may go, then you understand who he is, right? So it hasn't been confirmed by actual news media sources, but for those, I guess it's from family, friends, and he went to certain channels or certain social media sites. Other people has commented on it that he's passed, allegedly. As of still yet, we haven't got any actual confirmations from news sources that are reliable that confirm that he's passed. But I want to say this. One of the things he talked about was high value men. What is a high value man? In regards to high value, we got to understand, and it's all going to tie into spiritual things, but I want to just keep it very basic level, right? And understanding that we have to get past a point where we're focusing on the things on this earth. We have to, again, go into a place where I'm creating something positive, or creating something that is going to benefit the community, whether it's a black community, a white community, or Hispanic community, or Asian community. But in regards to any community, those who are watching, you have to create something that's going to benefit. I mean, we all think we got purpose. We all think that we have a contribution to society. And I know with Kevin Samuels, he in his own way, he tried to paint a picture of the ideal dating and marriage scenario. I don't agree with a lot of stuff he said. I'm not here to bash or condemn this man. As a Christian man, my job isn't, or my place is not to tell someone where they're going. Okay. But I do look at his life from what I've known, and I did watch his content, and I studied it because one of my channels is dealing with kingdom marriages and dealing with relationships. And the stuff that he was saying was not, it contradicted a lot of the things that what the Word of God talks about, and the actual structure of a home. And it put women into a place where they're enslaved to the man, right? And that's not how it should go. So with that, one of the things that he talked about was high value. We were talking about financial, we're talking about status, we're talking about, having this amount of money. I'm a $9 million earner. I'm a blue collar white collar CEO, business entrepreneur. I'm this high value man financially. I have the houses, I have the assets, I have the ability to make my quality of life high. And those women that are with these type of men, they are subjected to the man being unfaithful, infidelity, and they use money as a source to cover that and say that is okay. And what I want to get to is that the high value man should be more regarded in character and integrity and in leadership, right? Then more so than your money. Because one thing that's interesting about this, and I mean, everyone got their opinion. I'm sure you're on YouTube, you're on Patreon, social media, TikTok, whatever. And you hear a lot of comments of this man getting his name getting ran to the ground. A lot of people have these negative feelings and emotions about him. And then some people are speaking life and positivity about him, or what he said and what he stood for. But at the end of the day, one thing you have to be assured of, I don't know how he did a live last night or the night. I think he died on a Thursday from what the sources are saying. But he did a live the night prior to the show, his usual show. And then in the twinkle of an eye, he was gone. Next couple of days, you hear these rumors and hear these allegations that he's passed. You gotta understand that at some point, when we all going to face death physically. We're all going to die, okay? And whether you're a high value man in the sense of finances, or you are a high value man in status or in notoriety or whatever the case may be, you're going to leave here. And the thing is interesting, all the stuff that he talked about when it came to image, when it came to money, when it came to how to be in a way with a woman and what they have to, the values that they have to be, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't matter anymore. That's over. Everything that he stood for, his money, is all that, it's gone now. It's gone. He's gone. So life is so short that we should focus more on investing in the betterment of the generations behind us than to focus on what type of woman that you need to be to me. Now, that's a whole nother topic. Again, I'm going to keep this short. I'm trying to keep this short. Where, you're dealing with dating relationships and you're dealing with the type of woman you're going to be. But your focus should ultimately be, as a man, as a high value man, should be, I got to focus on my legacy. I got to create a purpose. And Kevin Samuels believed in what he believed in. He believed in his purpose. He felt like that women need to, he tried to reconstruct the dating and marital scene and reconstruct an image that men, black men, mostly, that's who he's talking. His audience is black men, but I'm sure he's talking to other men too, but he's focused on the black men, and because he bashed the black woman, right, a lot. If you saw his content, you see what he was doing. But he felt like he have a purpose to. He always said that he saved marriages, he saved relationships. People thanked him. The average man, the average working black man, thanked him and whatnot, and said that he appreciated his content. But he felt like he had a purpose. Whether you believe he was right or wrong or indifferent, that's the thing we got to understand at the end of the day. We got to focus on things that are intangible. We got to focus on things that are going to benefit people behind us. And it's not always your money. It's not always your status. It's not always your who you are as a sense of high value. Some of that money could be used to build better communities. Some of that money can be used to create jobs, create resources, create opportunities for average men or men to use that knowledge, those skills that he had to create, opportunities for other men to come up under him, right? He focused on a lot of men that were already there. And he tried to create a narrative that women should subject themselves to those type of men. So that's a whole nother thing. But the point is that we have to understand what is high value. Value has to be more than just the material, the tangible things. Value becomes the leadership, the character, and the integrity. What do you do with your value? What do you do with the money? What do you do with the knowledge and the stuff that you have? Are you paying it forward to the next generation? Are you creating resources and opportunities for those who are less fortunate, those who are inspired or aspire to be just like you? Or are you putting in dreams and hopes and putting in vain ideas to think you're enhancing the communities that we're living in? Especially with the Black community, we need to be mindful of who is leading us. All right, because at the end of the day, we're so perpetuated by a culture and a narrative as it is, that at the end of the day, if we get a hold of someone that's trying to lead us, especially in terms of relationships, that is one of the major transportations of how our generations are continuing to be destroyed. If I can get a man to think a certain type of way about the women that I'm married to, or who I'm dating, or who I'm around, then that's the culture that is going to be portrayed to generations behind me. If I'm telling women that I'm not trying to bash them, just using an example. If I'm telling women that if you have kids, or you have your mistakes or a liability to a man that's high value, then you're destroying the woman's perspective of what a man should entail. And you know what I'm saying again. So all I'm saying is, let's learn from Kevin Samuels in the sense of creating a legacy or a purpose that's going to benefit generations to come. Again, in his own way, he felt like he was solving a problem. I can give him that he believed in what he believed in enough to put out this content. Whether I disagree, agree, or don't care at all, neutral. The whole point is that life is short, and let's change the word high value man. Let's take high value man and make it more of character, integrity, and purpose. And think about what something can you fix that if you died today, that when you are gone, and the name of a man matters. Because at the end of the day, when you're gone, what are people going to say? What legacy did you leave? And is going to benefit people years to come. Just like it was with Martin Luther King. I use that as an example. He left a legacy that continues to still push through today. That's the whole point of this video. Let's just talk about what is a real high value man. Because you can't do nothing with the money, the suits, the cars, the houses, the penthouses. You can't even do nothing with the women that you slept with. You can't do nothing with that when you die. But the legacy, that's what people are going to remember you by. That's what people going to use to make it better or not. So let's high value is not defined by those things. So let's change high value man, high value woman. Let's change that. Let's look at more internal things than external things. And that's all I have to say about it. Again, prayers to his family. Prayers to those who are affected by his passing. If that's truly, once we get the real reports at the end of the day. But let's look at the time we have here on earth and make it count for legacy. All of us going to see that same drop. But what are you going to do with it? The question is, what are you going to do with what you're doing? What are you going to do with the skills and the money and the opportunities to make it better? And if you don't have the money, that does not mean you're not high value. Money doesn't define your high value. What defines you is high value is what are you doing with the influences that you have? What are you doing in your communities? What are you doing with your household? What are you doing with who's around you? That's what matters. What are you doing to reach out to the sphere of influence that you have to make things better? And if you're not, that doesn't mean you can't. Some things do require money, but a lot of it is just being who you are and having that character. It starts in the house. Every decision that we make, we have to try to be influenced. So that's all I got with that. I hope you guys are blessed. I hope you take heed to, what's going on around you. There's a lot of things going on. And I hope people are really looking at themselves and striving to be better, the best version of themselves. And that's all I want to say. Y'all be blessed, and on to the next one.